Good day, El Paso. Your local junk hauler here, Charlie, aka Dumpster Daddy. We are at home right now. We had us a productive day, but we're taking a little switch up on today. I got something a little special, something that I have been working on for a while, and that is getting my wife on camera. I want to do a little podcast with her, so we are headed to our business address, our office space, downtown El Paso. We're going to bring you guys along for the ride, and me and her are going to get into it. I got some topics I want to discuss. I want her to go over with me. So, yeah, here we go. All right, folks, so we have made it into the truck. We are in our studio, as I like to call it. Bianca is here with me. Let's see, my mic is in my way of my seatbelt. Bianca is in here with me, I believe.
Hello, everyone.
This is the first time that she's been in the production house, so where we make the magic at for the YouTube verse. Yeah. So we got us a little run to make today. We are going to our. Let me adjust my mic real quick. Oh, all right. So now that I got that all adjusted, we are headed to downtown El Paso. We are going to pick up some mail that we got there. Like I said, I do have some topics that I want to talk about. All right, folks. So come along for the ride with Dumpster Daddy
And Holler Honey.
Folks, so we're gonna get into it now that we are moving and grooving. Got a couple topics I want to get into. Mentioned one of them already, but where I want to start is it's going on about 3 years now. We've been doing Dumpster Daddy.
Almost.
Yeah. I know I said it in some of our previous videos, but just want to get into the reason why we started Dumpster Daddy, how we're going about growing it. You know, since I got the Holler Honey over here with me, she is a big part of, main part of how we got our operation going. So we just want to tap into some of her knowledge that she might have for us. So we're going to talk about, talk about the vision of Dumpster Daddy. What do you see? Dumpster Daddy, babe. How do you see Dumpster Daddy serving the community? What do you think? You know, some of the things that we discussed.
Well, we're helping people reclaim their space, but we're doing it with empathy and with tremendous service and safely.
Mm-hmm. And one thing that you mentioned was empathy.
Empathy.
Yeah, that's one of, as you remember, if you've been following us a little bit, and I've been going over our topics, our vlogs for the YouTube verse, we've been talking about what we've learned in the corporate world when it came to, you know, when we worked at Walt Disney World and they had these 4 keys, they service basics. So I've been telling you what we've been, you know, what we learned and how we've been adapting that to our business. So one of the keys that we have been focusing in on and want to adapt to our business is empathy.
Yeah, empathy.
Yeah.
This job can feel like just something that you're doing by picking up others' unwanted items, but truly there are stories and lives and people behind everything we pick up.
Yeah.
And it has been truly eye-opening to just be able to meet so many people and hear their stories that they're willing to share, and just being able to walk away from that and just feel so like you really did make a difference for somebody.
Yeah. You got any stories you might want to get into that we could talk about? I mean, we don't have to say no names or nothing, but you know, something that stands out when we showed up to a client's property and helped them out with a difficult situation.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say it was difficult for this story that I'm going to share. So one of the stories that I want to share is my client contacted us and they wanted us to come by and just pick up a few things that they had in their garage.
Yeah.
And so we met the husband and the wife
yeah, I
team.
see where you're going with this.
You see where I'm going with this. So we met the husband and the wife, and they went ahead. They hired us, and we took away the items that they didn't want, and then
I remember.
just a short time after that, well, actually, the wife mentioned to us that her mother might have some work for us as well.
Yes, she did.
And that they would get in contact with us.
Yeah.
So a short time after that, we got in touch with, or the mother got in touch. So, yes, so we made arrangements to meet the mom, and she had a couple of storage areas in her backyard, and she needed help because it was just full of stuff, and it was just really an overwhelming project for her. So she asked us to come over and see what we could do to help. And so this was very early on in our operation, and we were still, we're still figuring it out, but at that point we were just seeing what we were comfortable with, what we could do, what we probably shouldn't do, or what we could stretch ourselves to do. So in this particular instance, I mean, the client really needed us to come in to haul everything out of the storage area.
Well, she started off with a small project.
Well, she did start. Yes, she did.
She wanted to test us first.
She wanted to vet us.
She
first.
vetted us.
So the daughter and the husband, they vetted us
first.
So we passed
we met their approval.
We met that approval. We passed that hurdle, and then we got in contact with mom, and then mom put us to the test and had us take away
some small
items.
And she prepped us for a bigger project.
And she prepped us for the bigger project.
She had two.
Yes, thank you, babe. Thank you. Yes, because she had two things that she wanted to get done, which was the storage unit. So once we exceeded her expectations, then she said, okay, I'm going to be ready for the big clean out.
Right.
And we said, we're ready as well.
Right.
Not knowing what to expect, truly. So the day of the job arrives, we go over there and we start pulling things out, and come to find out it was her brother's stuff. Like, he was a military vet, and he just had just a lot of stuff in there. He worked on motorcycles, and I mean, there was just a lot of his, like, he was in that storage shed. His presence. It was him. So we were bringing everything out, and we were going through it, and mind you, it was one of those things where she just really didn't know what was in there, and she needed to get her hands on it and to see it, to be able to decide if it was a go or stay type of thing.
So what I did was I went in there and I pulled everything out, right? And you took this time and spent time with her to go through it.
Yes.
And see what she wanted to keep.
I was opening up just different bags and boxes and just going through the piles of things that had been brought out. And meanwhile, she's sitting there, and I'm bringing things to her, and I'm telling her, is this something you want to keep, or because we started a pile of what was going to be going away, what we were going to go ahead and then, once we cleaned out the shed, then put back in there all nicely. So that was just one of the first times where I felt like I was truly making a difference for somebody else.
Well, we felt like we were making an impact.
We were making an impact.
Yeah.
Well, it's just, I think it was more so than making an impact, but just understanding that there was more to this job than just removing stuff.
Removing stuff.
Somebody's stuff has a story behind it. And in that afternoon, I got to learn about her brother and about her.
So, but yeah.
And once
Empathy.
we got through everything, and then Charlie and I hauled off away what she didn't want anymore. And then we cleaned out the shed, made it all pretty, nice and pretty, as much as a shed can be, right? And then, as much as it can be. And then we gently placed everything back in there that she wanted to keep.
Yeah. I mean, and one of the other keys that we're gonna adapt and keep is our own is safety. Well, not safety, but we talked about service. So that was one of the parts of the service that we offered her, was making sure that everything got placed that she wanted to hold on to, got placed nice and neatly back into her storage shed. I mean, because that stuff, she kept the stuff that meant something to her, and that meant something to us to make sure that it was preserved well.
Yes. And so, once we were done with that job, then we got a really nice email from her daughter thanking us about how pleased she was with everything we had done, especially making it a point to say that we went through her items with her. We made sure she was comfortable with everything that she was saying she wanted to remove. And I mean, it was just a really heartfelt message.
A great experience too.
It was a great experience, and such a heartfelt message from the family. And I still have that email.
Yeah.
I still look back at it, and just if I'm having a hard day or a tough day and thinking about
They actually when we upgraded to the truck that we have now, they were walking past the daughter and her husband were walking past. I guess they were going for one of their nightly walks, and they walked up to us. And at first, initially, I didn't remember them, but then the daughter reminded me of helping her mom out, and I was like, "Oh, okay, yes, I remember." And they came over to let us know that mom had transitioned, and they remembered how we served her mom and how well we took care of her, and they said that would be something that they will always remember. They'll never forget that. So, I mean, that goes into what we used to do when we worked at the Walt Disney World Company.
Yes.
We used to make magic like that for people all the time, having bad days, having bad vacations. So, something that has translated over into what we are doing now with our company, Dumpster Daddy.
It definitely has. I mean, you can't forget the human side of anything you do, and what we're doing now. There were just constant reminders of, hey, Bianca, this isn't just somebody's stuff. Even though they're getting rid of it and they no longer want it, it meant something to someone at some time.
Yep.
The client you're helping, their family member, just whoever's in charge of having to make decisions on properties or on items.
It is a challenge. Oh, I got one for you where we had to show a little empathy, but we also had to, they hired us to get the job done.
Yes.
That job over there on the Lower East Side where the family kept showing up to the house. We had that clean out. We did it on a Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
A gentleman had passed away. The husbands of
the daughters. Yes.
The daughters were his children. So their husbands reached out to us, said, "Man, we're going through a difficult situation."
They needed help.
And they needed it quick.
Totally unexpected.
Yes.
This was such a shock to the family. And they wanted to call in professionals to come and handle it.
And they needed it done quick.
And they needed it done quick.
With another set of, with compassion and empathy again. But they also needed to let us do our job once they hired us for it. And they kept showing up. And it is difficult trying to dispose of or get rid of or remove items when people are emotionally attached to them. So it's like, you have to, like Bianca said earlier, just, be careful. We say play with kid gloves.
Yeah.
But there came a point in time in the day where I had to let them know, like, guys, if you want us to do the job and get it done in the time frame in which you want us to have it done, we can't keep stopping and starting. Sometimes you do, as the business owner or as the person who has been contracted out to do the job, to complete the job, you do have to, lay down some ground rules even to the family members. So that's a part of just doing the business. And that is all stuff that we have learned and grown. One of the topics that I wanted to talk about is in 3 years of doing Dumpster Daddy and doing the back of house stuff and front of house operations, babe, how has it made you feel like you've grown as a person, as a business owner, as a professional?
I mean, our names are attached to this business.
Word. Preach that.
It's our baby. We've born it from the inception of this idea.
From the dirt.
From the dirt. to not. I mean, I did a lot of research. Before we rolled out Dumpster Daddy. We were doing jobs here and there to get a feel for it. We started
out cleaning.
We started out cleaning.
Ooh.
Our first real job. Oh gosh, our first real job was in the truck. All we had was the truck bed, and this family needed all of these tree branches.
That was the first job.
That was the first job.
Yeah. Was like after. No, did we do a couple jobs for Tia Pan? I mean, for Tia at that time?
Yeah, we did. Our family, yes.
Okay, so we have been doing family jobs, but that was the first job outside.
That somebody didn't know us.
We have been posting on Facebook next door, and I think she got us from Facebook.
From Facebook. So they contacted us. We went out. There was a whole bunch of tree limbs that had been cut down. And Charlie and I looked at each other and we're like, well, how do we price this? And what are we gonna price this job at?
Mm-hmm.
How long do you think it'll take us?
We didn't even have the sidewalls up on the truck yet.
Oh my gosh, we didn't. We didn't even have extra capacity.
Nope.
It was just
we had blue ratchet straps.
Truck bed.
Yep.
And this humongous pile of tree limbs to knock down. Not knock down, but like
they had knocked it down. They had piled it up in there. I will go back through the footage because I think I still got pictures of that. Yeah, I think I still have pictures of that.
We can share that first real paid job of a client.
And I remember the lady
outside of family
when I think it was her son came out and he spoke to me, and we gave him our price for the job, and he went out. He went back in the house, got his mom, and then his mom came out, and when she looked at us and she looked at the truck, it looked like she was going to give us the opportunity, but it looked like she said, "I want to see if they can pull this off."
If they can pull this off, yes.
That's what it looked like. When she looked at it, she said, "I want to see if they can really pull this off because that's a lot," and they only got that little F-150. Did we do it?
Boy,
did we do it?
Well. It wasn't without its moments of drama.
No, it had its moments, but we got that thing done, baby.
But we got it done that same afternoon. It probably took us a couple of hours.
Great learning experience, yes. A couple hours.
And I mean, when you're dealing with tree limbs, like
you don't know.
Cut down tree limbs, different sizes, different weights, and then trying to make it work fit in the truck bed. And did we even have the saw or anything?
Yeah, we had all the tools.
Okay, we had all the tools. Okay, so we had the tools, so we were able to trim things down if we needed it. But that's all we had was just the truck bed. And then once we piled everything in there, I mean, we made a mountain of wood. It was a masterpiece.
Tree branches and long barks, long pieces of wood.
It was a masterpiece.
Yeah, it was terrible.
I mean, I like puzzles, and this one was a challenge, and I had fun with it. Charlie had fun with it, but yeah, it wasn't without its drama. Like, can we really get this done this afternoon without having to make a trip to the dump and then having to come back and then inconveniencing the client? So it was a personal challenge for us to say, yeah, we're gonna get this done.
The early days of
Dumpster Daddy. Not know how to price anything, not, just knowing that there would be opportunity here in El Paso, but just, would the community embrace us? Would they want to pay us for this service, truly? And that was a really big...
That first client outside of having family hire you was huge.
That was a big confidence booster. And then...
And I believe her daughter reached out to us and told us that we did a good job for her mom, because originally it was her daughter who called us, who reached out to us through Facebook. So
yes.
We are here at the storage unit. I'm so used to being at the storage unit.
Right.
But we are here at our business address, so we're going to go in here real quick, get our mail, and come back, and we got some more stuff we want to talk to you about. This is going to be B-roll, so it's not going to have any audio anyway. Nope. All music. There she is. That's Monica. Good. How are you?
I try to make them organized.
Bills.
Oh, I thought one of them was a check.
Yeah, some of them are checks, but yeah, that's a bill.
That's exciting.
Yes. Yep.
Everything we were expecting?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
All right.
All right.
Good deal. Thank you.
These are good. Thank you.
Sirius XM. Okay, folks, since we are down here, we are in downtown El Paso. Gonna take a little time to capture a little B-roll.
I might want to get a little coffee day.
We're gonna go to Starbucks.
No!
No?
There's the coffee box over
We're gonna go to
here.
a coffee box.
Yeah.
Oh, that thing over there.
Yeah, the container.
Yeah, so let's go ahead. We're gonna get into some more of what I want to talk about while I got my hauler honey here with me. All right, I wanted to talk about throughout the course of this journey that we're on with Dumpster Daddy, how have we both grown? Yeah, so that's what I want to talk about.
How have we both grown?
I mean, for me personally, it has definitely helped out with my confidence.
Yes. Yes.
Once you get enough no's and people tell you, "Nah, we don't want you." you.
Are you still talking about the job?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the job.
All right. All right.
The job, because we ain't got that. I mean, you know.
Oh, that's funny. See, coffee box, babe.
Okay. Cool.
We can keep walking though. Yes, confidence booster, definitely.
Yeah. So like
Well,
we said, like
you have always been the sales. You've
Yeah.
always been a salesman.
Yeah.
So that's part of what you brought. But like you said, growing in terms of hearing no's more often than yeses
Right.
boosts your confidence. And then
that helps you out a lot more.
it helps you out a lot more because not everyone's going to be your client.
Right.
And you have to be okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to convert everybody. We used to talk conversion rates at
Disney.
At Disney all the
Yes.
time. How many shoppers do we convert into buyers?
Yep.
Woo! So
KPIs, all that. Yes.
yes, all of those. So bringing that all into our business.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, confidence boosting, learning how. I mean, in the early days when no one really knows your brand,
Right.
you have to sell it.
Yes.
You have to sell your service.
Mm-hmm.
You have to sell the picture. You have to paint it for them that we're a convenience and you want to pay for this convenience.
Yes.
You want
We're
us
a
to
valuable
come in.
service
We are
to
a
you.
valuable service.
Mm-hmm.
You're either going to value your time or your money. And one of those two options is going to help guide your buying decision.
Right. All right.
Oh, okay. Can I get can I just get a horchata open?
I've been here. Try to give it a try. Coffee, but what is your best seller in terms of flavors?
The flavors?
Yeah.
We have the lattes, those are our most popular.
Okay.
I would say the churro latte was selling a bit more quite well. The horchata latte is probably our best seller.
The which one?
Horchata latte.
Okay, yeah, then I'll get that.
The who?
Yeah.
The who latte?
Regular milk? It's regular milk,
All right. So one thing my sister-in-law loves to do, support local.
Support local.
Support local.
We supported local.
We supported local. I know I mentioned going to one of the corporate guys, but Bianca was like, no, we're going to go to this little joint right here. So got me a hot chocolate.
Listen, there's a time and a place for Starbies,
Yeah.
but just not now.
Not now?
Not now.
Yeah.
No.
All right, so we're going to keep this train rolling. We was talking about how have we grown? Yeah, so we was
Yes.
talking about confidence. Another thing that I could say, I guess it might go along with confidence, but just being able to talk to clients, everything, giving them precise or asking questions. I'll say this, asking questions has really helped me out learning this business, because you got to learn to ask the right questions to learn how to do the job right.
Oh, and who like taught you how to do that, Bae?
So one person that
Who is one person?
comes to mind when it comes to asking a lot of questions that I had to get used to was this one right here. All right, she got a lot of questions.
I do have a lot of questions.
But they are meaningful, thought-provoking questions that help you get to where you're trying to get to faster.
Yes. Yeah,
You know?
asking questions is important, because then you understand what the expectations are on the person on the other side, and what you have expectations for you. So you just ask those clarifying questions to make sure we're speaking and understanding the same language.
Yep. Somebody can call and ask you, or somebody can call. You have a potential client call, right? They'll say, I have a little bit of trash that I need to get rid of. It's in the backyard, or it's in the house, or whatever. A little bit of trash to a client, because they're trying to do their best to save as much money as possible. And you as the business owner, you as the owner of the company or whoever, you're trying to maximize your profit potential. So we tried giving hard numbers or estimates over the phone, and it didn't work out. Through pictures, didn't work out, never works out well. So now we do everything on site.
On site.
And we ask questions, even more questions when we're on site.
Yeah.
So that we can give a proper estimate
For
or
the
quote
service.
for the service.
Absolutely. This is where we took some wedding photos, Bae. Yay.
Hey, babe, how long has it been since we were here?
In the
We,
placita?
we took some pictures around here for a
We
special
did.
day.
What was?
Where were we at? Was it over here? Was it here?
It was all around.
It was all around. But this
Well,
this
what
is
was
where
the
we took
special-
wedding pictures.
What was a special
Man,
event?
we took wedding pictures.
Yeah, we did take wedding pictures here. Aww.
Yeah. But yeah, so this is where we took wedding pictures, but we're going to keep this ball rolling. We're going to head back to the truck and head home and finish up. So, we start talking about how we've grown. So one thing that I learned, and I always say one thing, but one thing that I did learn, another thing that I've learned, many lessons learned in working in the corporate industry, the corporate world there, was working your calendar.
Yes.
Time management is crucial,
Paramount.
paramount
Paramount.
when it comes to owning your own business, scheduling jobs in this world. So I do everything manually, old school. The client calls, they call the phone number, they text message, they email, and I do all the scheduling over the phone. If I'm driving in the truck, I'll pull over. I put everything we
Safety
use.
wins.
Safety wins. We use Outlook
Yes, we
as
use
our
Outlook.
calendar. So we go through GoDaddy. We're using the GoDaddy website right now, but we're going through GoDaddy to use Microsoft Outlook for our business, for the email. So however the client gets a hold of us, I usually plug them right into our Outlook calendar. I have come up with a strategy. Bianca has helped adapt that strategy when we plug in clients. So when they call to save their information, we plug their name into the calendar. We also plug their name and their zip code or address into the phone when we save their name into our phone, so that when they become a repeat client, we know who they are, where they are, and we might have some notes on them, what we took, so that we can remember, so that we can give that top-notch level service that we've been accustomed to delivering and making El Paso accustomed to receiving.
Well, and another thing with time management is just not just devoting all your time to the business, but also making sure you make time for yourself, for your interests outside of just work, because having your own business absolutely can consume you.
It can.
It can. And there's there are those that subscribe to that. You're going to put everything you can into it, and you're going to just, keep working to the bone, and that is just how you're going to make it a success. And I applaud people that do that. Absolutely. For us, we knew that our time together was also just as valuable. And so we put in personal items in there that we know we need to attend.
Right.
Like we've made our commitments to friends, family, to our interests,
Yep.
and we got to carve out time for that. And we need to make sure that we're not overbooking ourselves, overbooking clients, and that we are managing our time together along with our time in the business. And so that has been just a game changer for us.
Well, I mean, just, I don't know if this is on topic, off topic, but the reason why, we started Dumpster Daddy, we started our business because your boy wasn't going back to work for them people, and I wanted more control over my time. I didn't want somebody telling me when I could go take a vacation, when it was okay for me to leave to take time off to do whatever I wanted to do. After years of dealing with that,
We've made those sacrifices.
we made those sacrifices.
Absolutely made those sacrifices.
And was happy to do it.
Yes.
At the time.
At the time. And now we value our time so much that we want to build the business while also maintaining or building our friendships, commitments, hobbies. So
just like an athlete, we're betting on ourselves.
We're betting on ourselves.
We're putting in the work to grow our business, but not only grow our business. While we're growing our business, we're growing ourselves, and time management is a huge part of that. Not only just plugging things in the camera, but like Bianca said, finding things to do for ourselves, to do together. Need to carve out time. I don't know, some people I listen to on YouTube, they schedule everything out on their calendar. They put everything on their calendar. We've done all type of research on different ways to organize ourselves. We did bullet journaling for a minute there.
We
did journaling for a minute there. We still have some of the notebooks,
Yes.
brand new, never even cracked open,
open.
of things that we've tried along the way in the years of just becoming a better person, becoming a better individual for the community, a pillar, want to be a pillar in the community.
Growing as individuals, growing as a couple, and growing as entrepreneurs.
There you go. Better said. She said it better than I could.
So, it's a constant work in progress. I mean, one strategy that's working for us today, we're just going to keep evolving. We're going to keep evolving, and for right now, that definitely works for us. Using that calendar, Charlie plugging it in manually. He's got the client on the phone. He's talking to them. He's making sure he gets their information, and then he's able to meet with them in person. And he's managing that now as we grow, as we hire, which is ultimately the goal, to employ some other.
That's
other
another
people.
topic I want to talk about.
That's another topic
how
for
we
later.
Want to grow.
But it's for now this is working for us, and we'll continually reevaluate as
I'm gonna tell you the truth,
the
babe.
business changes.
Like I told you before, I don't want to grow too fast. I'm going to enjoy where we're at, because right now we have control over every aspect of our business. Every aspect of our business. Now, once we start hiring people, once we start adding more equipment to the business, once we start taking on that added responsibility,
the business evolves, the business changes. It's not a set it and forget it. This is our baby.
Yep.
We're growing it, and it's changing, and
we've added technology, different pieces of technology to the business. We upgraded our vehicle.
I mean, we started out with F-150 with just a truck bed.
And just a truck bed, and then we added some pretty tight sidewalls.
And our business has evolved, has grown, has changed, and we've had to pivot and adapt and grow with it.
Yeah.
And that's been very exciting.
The one thing that we did, that I decided to do early on, was we take it all. We'll take all, anything somebody calls to come get us, outside of hazardous materials and things of that nature. But I prefer.
Even then.
I prefer.
In them early days.
Yeah, we took some stuff in the early days. We could have gotten some trouble.
Probably shouldn't have taken.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But good thing we in Texas, not California. So, so people call to ask us to take a lot of different things, furniture, yard waste, all that type of stuff. A lot of times people call, oh man, I got some good stuff. I got some furniture, you know, I got a couch and blah, 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 this, that, the other. We don't take anything to resell it. We tried that once, didn't like it.
It was just not going to be a part of our business model.
No, didn't like
No.
it. So we came up with an alternative solution for us that works well for us. So with that being said and all that being said, your boy prefers to take the straight trash, straight garbage.
Garbage.
Whatever it is that you trying to get rid of, old broken down furniture. Don't call talking about you got some good stuff, because we're going to hit you with whatever price we deem fit for that job. And it doesn't matter if it can be resold, donated, or taken to the landfill. So I know a lot of our clients who have stuff like that. They try to find alternate routes, but we also have a clientele who wants us to take their donatable items because they know that we're going to donate it to our cause, one of the charities that we support here in El Paso.
Yes. They call us specifically because we do what we say we're going to do, and that's take it to the Assistance League of El Paso.
Yeah, I figure it's to me, I mean, I know you could probably make a killing on the back end when it comes to the resale of some of the stuff that we get. But we don't have the storage space, the capacity, or the want,
yeah.
to try to work on reselling stuff. So we partner with the Assistance League of El Paso, and we like them. Why, babe? I mean, because you're the one who did the research to find them.
I did do a lot of research. Wow. So I wanted to find a place, because really resale was not, it just,
We came from the world of merchandise.
we were going to try it. However,
and I didn't want to do it.
It just really, well, and then it just wasn't really going to be a part of our business model. That just wasn't an aspect for us that we wanted to explore. So we did try it. We really figured out we didn't like it. And then I said, we have to find
the guy who tried to hustle us. When I think he bought, I don't remember what he bought, but
some piece of furniture.
Him and his partner, they came up to us. We was outside, we was doing our thing, and they bought a piece, and I gave him a number for it, and he gave me some money. Now, my original plan was, I got caught up in the sale, was that all money, it goes and then it exchanges hands here. I do the selling, they do the business part, that transaction part with her. But I jumped ahead of myself and took the cash from him and handed it to Bianca without counting it myself. And as soon as he grabbed the stuff and him and his partner was trying to run off, Bianca yells out, "This isn't the amount that we agreed upon."
Yes.
And when I turned around and she had, she was holding up them greenbacks, as my grandpa would call them. She was holding up that cash. We were short. It was like $20, $25.
Yeah, it's like $20.
And he tried to get an attitude, and I shut that down. I was like, hey, my wife is honest. Like, you handed us the money. You saw I handed it right to her. And ain't no reason for her to lie at all.
Yeah.
And he ended up handing us that extra $25 because he had it in his hand.
He did.
He just played a sleight of hand, and I didn't see it. But good thing my girl got my back.
Yeah, that's right.
And that was another thing. I was like, man, I ain't got time
Man, we don't have time to fool
be
with
dealing
this
with
stuff.
that. I ain't got time to be dealing with that.
No, thank you.
If you're not gonna be honest or whatever, speaking of honesty, we talk about the bounce check. Talk about old boy.
We'll talk about that too.
Yeah, but I ain't got time to be dealing with people trying to get a come up or swindle you or cheat and all that type of stuff. Them days, like, play them games when you were youngin'. We adults now.
Plus, I would say one of the aspects of our business is working with integrity. And for us, just reselling items just wasn't going to fit that picture of what we thought the brand and the mission and the vision of the company should be. So I knew I wanted to find some place where we could take all of our gently used goods that were still, usable, but that we could find a partner that could benefit from all of these items that we knew we were going to come across. So, man, how did I even find this?
I don't know.
I think I was on the Nextdoor app, and I was just reading through so many different threads, just trying to get a sense of what was offered here in El Paso. Mind you, this is my hometown, but I hadn't been here in a dozen plus years. The city has changed. It has, it's changed like I'm trying to change right now. Anyway, I'm trying to grow and evolve, and then coming back here and just seeing it, my hometown, feeling as my hometown where I grew up, feeling comfortable here, but also just seeing how much has changed and developed and everything with El Paso. So, coming back after having a career and coming back, bringing Charlie here
as an adult.
So yeah, it was just, relearning El Paso again, really just like embracing El Paso again as my hometown. So yeah, I was just doing a lot of research on Nextdoor, just figuring out what people were talking about, where people were taking things, just doing a lot of keyword searching. And then I came across Assistance League, and I found out that they have a thrift store, and they have these programs that they fund through the thrift store revenue, and that they accept donations. So I, of course, being me, reached out, set up a meeting with them, and met with those the wonderful ladies there that volunteer their time to make that organization a success. And I don't, like Charlie said, asking those questions. So I had a list of questions that I wanted to know, is this going to be a fruitful partnership for both of us? And I went through my list of questions. I got things answered. They have their specific operation and how they run. We have our specific operation, how we run. And I wanted to see how we could bridge that together.
Yeah.
Yes. And they have been such a blessing for us in terms of just knowing that we could take the items that, and mind you,
And they're all volunteer.
and they're all volunteers, but the best thing about it is that I don't have to decide if something is usable or not, or sellable. That's not up to me. What we provide is the service to go and pick up the unwanted goods, and then we get it where it needs to go.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing we say is that we're going to recycle where we can, donate where we can, and then dump what we have to. And so that's why Charlie talks about, well, I just want the straight trash, because truthfully, if something still has life, it should have an opportunity to be used again.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where Assistance League fits in for us, because I don't have to decide if something still has life in it. We take it to them and we say, there's no hard feelings here. If there's something that you don't want, we know where to take it. We know where we can take it, where it needs to go. But if you can benefit, the organization can benefit, and the community can benefit from it, then have at it.
Mm-hmm. Please do.
Please do. Please do. And so,
'Cause we don't mind sharing the wealth.
no.
We got paid to take it away.
Yes.
And we can give it to a organization that's all volunteer.
That's all volunteer.
All volunteer.
Mm-hmm.
We take it to them, and if they're able to resell it, Mustang, we do know that they don't take some of the old school large pieces of furniture anymore, but they do take a lot of furniture. They do take all of the clothes that we come across.
Mm-hmm.
They go through it themselves. They check it out. They let us know if they can sell it or not. And if we do give them something that they can't sell, then we'll come back and
Then
get
we'll
it.
come back and get it. It's
That's
not a problem.
that's the agreement that we made with the Assistance
That's
League.
right. That's the agreement we made. And I just, from the moment that we met the ladies there, their passion just comes through, their commitment, and they've just embraced us too.
Mm-hmm.
And they've said, thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
I remember being there one afternoon, and we were dropping things off, and one of the ladies approached me, and she just was telling me how we were a blessing to them. And I was like, the feeling
It
is mutual.
Yes.
Because we just appreciate them so much, and we just they become like family to us, that we get
and
to
they
see them
drop us off. They
on
give
a
us
weekly
cookies.
basis. Yes, they've given us they've brought us cookies over for the holidays, and
Yeah.
these cute little tins and these trays. So it's like a warm hug going to Assistance League and
Mhm.
and dropping things off, and knowing that it's gonna go towards the community, and the ladies that work there just have such a passion for that place, and it's evident, and we enjoy supporting that because their passion shines through.
Yep.
And they're able to do all that they can do because we have a small part in that to play. So that has been such a fruitful experience for us, meeting everyone and just being able to go there. And and now and in the beginning, we were still figuring out our system and how we could plug it in with them. And now it's like a well-oiled machine. We know what days we can go drop off. We know they're going to be closed on holidays. We know that at the end of the year they have a big Christmas sale that they're like, we are packed to the gills, like, just hold off.
Drop off anything.
Yeah, just hold off. And we're like, absolutely. I mean, if we've got something that we can donate, we will hold off until you all are ready and you have the capacity to take it. So, Assistance League has been just such a great partner with us. We just really enjoy going to see them.
Building that relationship,
yeah,
building those relationships.
Building those relationships, the network, the connections, and they even promote our business. Like, they go, we know you're going to charge. And we're like, we do. So, but just, they have shared our information with people in their network. And they have called us and said, we specifically called you because we know you're going to take it to the Assistance League, and that's where I want these things to go.
Now, we understand that once money is exchanged and the property is into our possession, but we want to honor the request of those clients, and we make sure that it gets to where it needs to go when it comes to taking it to the Assistance League. We want to make sure that we do right by our client. And a lot of times when things are going to the Assistance League, it is because the family has had a member of the family deceased, to pass away.
Yeah. So
we want to honor the request of the deceased and the family for those items to go to the Assistance League, properly. And Bianca mentioned operating with integrity earlier, and that's definitely one of the things that we do. We don't want nobody going on Facebook Marketplace looking. That's my hey no no. I mean, I know, but
look, there's nothing. I mean, for us,
for our business,
that was not going to be a part of our operation.
To make it easier on us.
Exactly, and it truly has made it easier on us.
Yes.
And the ladies, when they're there and they don't see us for a few weeks, they're like, hey.
They were remember the first time they were worried.
They were very worried. Yeah, they were worried because we hadn't shown up in a while because
we weren't getting much donations.
If we weren't getting much donations, then we didn't, we weren't able to stop. We didn't need to stop by and drop things off because we were getting straight trash, which is what which is what we prefer. But when we do get those items, they're going to go straight to Assistance League. So they even miss us. They notice our
when we're gone.
They
not showing up.
Yeah, they notice when we don't show up, and we're just like, we didn't have anything to bring. So
no, we here.
Yeah, we're here.
we
are here. We are part of the community. And we're going to continue to be a part of the community.
Exactly.
Yes. So, shout out to Assistance League of El Paso.
Shout out to the Assistance League of El Paso.
Yes, shout out to Assistance
We'll be
League
doing some content on that when we go and drop some stuff off. We do have some items in the shed or the storage unit now that we're going to go take to them.
They really are a wonderful group of individuals, and their thrift store is open, I think, like 3 days a week. So.
Yeah,
check them out.
We appreciate their partnership.
If you're here locally in El Paso,
Monday, Wednesday, Friday,
give them a shout. You might be surprised. You might see our junk find of the day there.
Yeah.
Or we're gonna start promoting our junk find of the day on our website.
Yeah.
And so
through the video.
And through the video. So if we come across something that's worth, like, we know we're gonna take it to donate, we're gonna highlight that and say, hey, you can find it at the Assistance League.
Yeah. Like I said, we got a plan.
We have a plan.
We have a plan for our company. Right now, like I said, we're going to enjoy where we're at. We're also working on growing it, but we're going to enjoy this part of life.
This
right
journey,
now.
This season. We're gonna enjoy this.
She doing that kingdom talk now. We're gonna enjoy this season.
This season.
Yes.
This season in life. Yeah. We're gonna enjoy this season.
We're gonna enjoy this season. So, but I think I think that's it. I think that's all I wanted to get into with you today. I really wanted to get her on camera, get her into the truck, get her into the studio,
Into the studio.
see how we have it all set up. Because since we bought the truck and since we've made these upgrades to technology, Bianca hasn't been able to experience it. She laid the groundwork in the F-150 when we was doing all the grunt work, when everything was, you know, brand new to us and we were figuring it out. But now that we got it figured out, now we got all this tech.
Them days were long and hard, babe, but I would not trade it for the world.
We got all this. She got leather seats
those
now.
Early days, yeah.
She got heated and cool seats now.
Oh, and look, you even mic'd me up.
Mic'd her up.
You even mic'd me up.
The good thing about our F-150 though had air conditioning, so we were comfortable in there too. The Lord took care of us.
Lord took care of us.
Yep. But now we riding in a lap of luxury, running around picking up trash.
That's not a bad. What? Who says you can't be comfortable at work?
Yeah, that's what my boy
Why?
Tavis said. Who
That's
said you
what
can't be
Tavis
comfortable
said.
at work? Yeah.
Why should you not be comfortable at work?
So, all right, folks, that's a good one. We're gonna call it a vlog here. We will be with you next week. Tune in for Bianca and Charlie Trash Talk. Growing the business here in El Paso, Dumpster Daddy Junk Removal. Dumpster
Holler,
Daddy.
honey.
Oh, let's do that.
Oh,
again.
hello.
All right.
Tire pressure.
Yeah. Building the brand here in El Paso, Junk Removal. Dumpster Daddy,
And holler, honey.
we out.
Out.